Yo, what's good, jits? Welcome to another little video. Today we got an unfortunate video to make. We took 3 L's today, or the Discord took 3 L's, and I took a win, 1 win and 3 L's. I took a third trade, very low risk S&P 500 trade that's currently moving. I got the take profits marked here, but let's go over the 3 trades that we lost first, and then we can get into the rest. So let's move this over here, move this right here. So 2 of the trades were on GBP JPY. One of the trades, or I guess 2 of the other trades, one that I took by myself, and one of the other L's was on the S&P, or I guess I can start on the S&P 500. So this was essentially a trade that we took a long position off of this. So price ended up coming down. We swept out these hourly lows. If we scale into the 1 minute, we can see, I can't even remember when I entered this, if I'm being real. Oh, right off this, I believe. So on the 1 minute, we swept out these lows, we broke structure to the upside, and we closed above here. All right. What I was looking for was essentially an entry off of this little order block that was created on the 5 minute. So if we see here, we got boom, sweep of these lows, break a structure on the 5 minute. We create this little order block, which I marked off in this gray area. Okay. And then on top of that, we see price dip down into this, okay, and then we get a break of structure to the upside on the 1 minute. That was enough for me to enter. On top of that, we get a reaction on the 5 minute off the order block. I put my stop loss right underneath these lows, okay, because this was the reaction off the order block. Price ended up coming back down, stopping us out. Now if I go into the second trade that is currently running in profit for me, unfortunately, I didn't call it out in the Discord just because these 3 L's had already taken place. So that's the difficult thing when you do have a live trading group, where it's like you do want to post all this stuff, but some people are just stupid and full port every single trade that you send out. So if you take 3 L's on the day, even though I know that I'm managing my own risk, it's hard when you know that other people are not necessarily going to be as smart with risk management as you are, and in turn can, mess some things up. So that was the first trade that we took on the S&P. I'll go over my other trade that I took on the S&P, which was essentially literally just going off of boom, these lows getting swept out, and then we see the reaction to the upside. We have this area of accumulation. We see price revisit that, and then we see boom, boom, we break structure out of this little area of accumulation. We see price dip back down in there, but essentially I entered off of this, this break up above this area right here, longed off that. First take profit was this 1 minute order block. Second take profit is these highs right over here, which is yet to get hit. I already managed 50% of my position. I'm still red for the day. If we end up hitting take profit 2, I think I'll be at a super small loss, but I'm still on a solid loss for the day after take profit 1 got hit, and then obviously I have these extended take profits too. But this position is running in profit. Who knows if it hits take profit 2 or not to close me out for a smaller loss for the day. But yeah, that was the second S&P trade. It was just boom, we sweep back underneath these lows, we move higher, then we see this area of accumulation that caused that move higher, and then we break out of that. So boom. That was the second trade for the day, because my bullish bias was still not invalidated for this hourly sweep of liquidity. It just looked like price needed a little bit more time. And if we go into this GJ trade that we took, we can see what we did here. This was a lot of chop, but I'll go over this real quick. So here we see, if we go in on the hourly, we can see that price broke out of this little downtrend that we were in. And then if we go into the 15 minute, I had 2 areas of accumulation that I kind of wanted to target. We had this one right here, which on the 5 minute was just this leg down prior to the leg up. And then I also had this area marked out right here, which honestly I think is going to be the area that price wants to draw to. currently because we pushed past this area, just kind of chopping up within this area, not giving the reactions that I wanted. So looking for price to draw in here now, but we came into this area. We got a break of structure to the upside on the 5 minute. I highlighted this order block or this area of accumulation, whatever you'd like to call it. And from there, I was looking for price to either enter in here or enter into this area of accumulation and then give me a reaction. So the first trade that we took was simply off of this, boom, break of structure to the upside, instantly got stopped out off that one. This was a very quick trade because, right, I saw price come in here. I was waiting for a break out of this a little accumulation off of this area right here. I thought price would move up higher. I didn't wait for a third confirmation. That's what I did wrong on this. We did get the break of structure. I should have waited for a comeback, a retest of this, or either equilibrium, fair value gap, something to get hit. But it was a little quicker entry than normal. Okay, stop loss was underneath here, underneath these lows. We ended up getting stopped out. But then price moved into this area, which was our other point of confluence for this trade over here. Let me get rid of all this stuff. So this was our point of confluence for the other one. We see price, boom, dip into here. Then if we go in on the 5 minute, we see that it broke structure to the upside right here. So then what was I looking for price to do? I was looking for price to come into either equilibrium, into this fair value gap, either this fair value gap. One of those price points, we see price, let me get rid of this as well. We saw price, boom, dip all the way down into this area. Okay, boom, get a reaction off that. We get a break of structure to the upside on the 1 minute. Okay, we see price, boom, rally above this, above the 5 minute. Okay, that was enough for me to go long after we broke structure right here. I entered off of this little downward candle in the 5 minute when we retested this area, stop underneath these lows. And then from there, price just ended up chopping up until stopping us out. I like this trade a lot more than the second trade because this trade I did wait for every confluence. I waited for, you know, price to come into the area of accumulation, price to break structure to the upside, price to give me boom, a tap in and then a reaction off of a bunch of different confluences. Really, we had two different fair value gaps that got a reaction off of. We had this fair value gap right here. There was a bunch of confluences, but price ended up just chopping up and stopping us out. So I like this trade a lot more than the first trade. The first trade was more of like a mistake, being a mistake that we made, which was not waiting for that third confluence. And this one was more price just ended up chopping up and then stopping us out due to it not being the right, you know, area that I wanted to react off of. Who knows if price wants to move up from here. Ideally, it comes down into this area because this isn't nearly enough movement to the upside for me to consider like this leg up like valid anymore. So I would like to see price come in here, and maybe this is like an Asian session or a London session trade that you guys will be able to take. But yeah, those were the 4 trades, I guess, that I took and 3 trades that the Discord took for the day. You know, you can get upset at me for not calling out this last trade in the Discord, but you gotta understand, like, I gotta keep you guys in mind. And let's say we took 4 losses for the day, like I'm able to deal with 4 losses because I know how much I'm risking and I understand risk management. But when it comes to a bunch of other people's money, I'm going to keep them in mind because a lot of these people who are in signal groups or live trading rooms, whatever you want to call them, are very stupid when it comes to risk management. So if anything, I'm protecting the stupid people and, you know, sometimes the smart people who actually do use correct risk management. They can get upset at that, saying I was well risked, I knew what I was doing, and it's just like how the game goes. It's one of the struggles with having a signal room. Sometimes I take some of my own trades by myself without calling them out in the Discord. You know, it's just how it goes, and I know that's like what people pay for when they're in there, but I do for the most part take pretty much every single trade with the Discord for the most part. Today was just one of those days where it's like, all right, we took 3 losses. There's no way I call another trade in the signal room, but if I do see a setup on my own, I'll probably end up taking it, and that's what happened today with this setup. And you know, like if this was a fourth loss, I would have been completely okay with it on my side. But I know if I took a fourth loss, I know if I took a fourth loss with the Discord, like people would be up in arms. So that was the whole thought process on this. But anyways, that's kind of going to wrap up this 4 trade recap for the day. There was no news today, so that was nice. Let's see if there's anything tomorrow. Just GBP news tomorrow during London session. So if you're a London session trader, stay away from any of the pound pairs and maybe even some of the European pairs, because the euro pairs, because that could mess up the market a decent amount. And then we'll look to see what tomorrow gives us. But yeah, starting off the week not so great, but over the past 3 weeks, been killing it, looking to eat back all these losses that we took today, and some with the week moving forward. So yeah, that's going to wrap it up for today. Sorry it was a bit short. I got a bunch of stuff to do, got more people to call, and another video to make for you guys either tonight or tomorrow. So that being said, I appreciate y'all. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.